Is the art of making video games still alive, or is it being swallowed whole by the ever-expanding Battle Royale genre? This question has consumed my nerdy thoughts for some time now, and I can't shake the worry that the medium I cherish is devolving into a hollow, profit-driven machine stripped of its heart and soul. Growing up, I saw video games as more than just entertainment. To me, they were art, a unique medium capable of crafting unforgettable stories and experiences. My teenage years weren't easy. I was a socially awkward computer nerd, I know, shocker, grappling with personal health challenges that kept me from exploring the world beyond my doorstep. It was a miserable and lonely existence. However, video games became my refuge, whisking me away on the grand adventures I so desperately longed for. They introduced me to fascinating characters, took me to distant lands in search of treasure, recreated historic battles, and launched me into galaxies teeming with wonder. To me, these weren't just video games, they were magic. And the cherry on top? Local co-op gameplay. There was no wall of digital isolation back then. For example, my fondest childhood memories are of playing The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, Halo 2, and Halo 3 with my best childhood friend on his couch. We would spend hours laughing, eating buckets of red vines, and losing ourselves in these shared experiences. It was truly an epic time to be a gamer. Sadly, today, the gaming industry feels like a shadow of its former self. Studios and publishers have become laser focused on churning out Battle Royale games, short-lived fads that bleed players dry with microtransactions and cosmetic add-ons. Don't get me wrong, games like Warzone, Apex Legends, and PUBG are entertaining, but they lack depth and substance. They feel more like get-rich-quick schemes rather than meaningful contributions to the gaming art form. I remember playing PUBG in early 2017 and thinking it was a fresh, exciting multiplayer experience, but I didn't foresee how it would dominate the industry, transforming development priorities across the board. In the past few years, the rise of free-to-play Battle Royale games has made it harder for story-driven titles to thrive. Yes, we occasionally get masterpieces like Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, or Elden Ring, but these games are the exceptions, not the rule. Publishers are far more interested in games that generate recurring revenue than those sold as one-time purchases. For a while, I will admit, I even got caught up in the Battle Royale hype. But instead of joy, I felt frustration, emptiness, and even stress. These games weren't good for my mental or physical health. So I turned back to the narrative-driven adventure games of my youth. Digging into my PS2 collection, I rediscovered what gaming used to mean to me. Gone were the toxic trolls and relentless season pass sales pitches. Once again, I was able to immerse myself in stories that felt like living through the pages of a book or the scenes of a movie. Today, two games in particular remind me that video games can still be art. The first is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, my favorite game of all time. I have followed the Uncharted series since its debut in 2007, and Naughty Dog's masterful storytelling never fails to captivate. If Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, and The Goonies had a love child, it would be Uncharted 4. The game is a masterclass in design, narrative, and emotional resonance. By the time I finished the game, I was both satisfied and heartbroken, knowing my adventures as Nathan Drake had come to an end. It was truly an unforgettable experience. The second game is It Takes Two by Hazelight Studios. Recently, I played through it with a friend, sitting side by side, me on keyboard and mouse, him on an Xbox controller. It was the most fun I've had with the game in years. We laughed, shouted, and stayed on the edge of our seats the entire time. It Takes Two is a shining example of cooperative gameplay done right, pushing the boundaries of what local co-op can and should be. Hazelight deserves applause for prioritizing co-op gameplay in a world that often neglects it. Hazelight's As a Way Out was equally fantastic, and I'm stoked that their next game is coming out this March. I long for a gaming industry that prioritizes artistry over mega profits and values local co-op over isolating online experiences. I want video games to tell compelling stories and deliver unique, unforgettable adventures, not nickel and dime players with meaningless skins and endless season passes. Publishers are the true villains here, but studios must push back and defend the integrity of the art form. How can developers churning out microtransaction-packed junk still call themselves artists? Even amid this Battle Royale frenzy, I remain hopeful. Many studios, big and small, continue to uphold the artistry of game development. As an indie developer myself, I strive to be part of the solution, not the problem. Right now, more than ever, the gaming industry needs champions, developers and players alike who will fight for its soul. Don't let the medium we love fall prey to profit-obsessed publishers. Support indie devs and studios that create games for the sake of art, storytelling, and innovation, not greed. By collectively saying no more to the Battle Royale genre, we can preserve gaming as a meaningful art form for future generations. If the status quo persists, publishers will relentlessly pursue their mission to drain every player dry. I urge you to stand up and fight for the art form. Well, that's all for now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.